Mm, I feel better now. I feel better now. What's up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? It's your man Theo. But what a week it was Wednesday. This, yeah. What a week it was Wednesday. Yeah, yeah. This really gonna be an episode. I ain't saying. I'm just saying because I ain't saying. I'm just saying this. Wow. We got ESPN doing. So disappointed with ESPN. But I guess you in business with the NFL, so you gotta do with what the NFL say you got going on. We got some gifts today. We got some gifts today. We did. We got some freshness today and everything like that. So we're gonna break that out, do some well, I don't want to say unboxing, we're gonna do some revealing. Shout out to my brother Kamoyo King and everything like that. We're gonna make it do what it do. We got entertainment news that we're gonna talk about. We got comic book news. D Steezel, Right With Me Nation moderator, is in the building. That means y'all gotta watch what y'all say. Y'all gotta watch what y'all say. That means we can agree to disagree. We can, but be respectful. Be respectful. It's a lot going on. It is. We got one. That's not quite enough to have some fun, but it is enough to make me want to get some stuff done. Yeah, it is just enough to make me want to get some stuff done. We're gonna talk about the topics. Did y'all? Is it Wednesday? Minnesota? First of all, our thoughts and prayers to the family of the people who lost their lives. Lives were tragically taken at the school shooting. I was talking to someone about it today, and they actually started the conversation. And I'm going to guess that based on their talking points, the person was conservative, i.e., they voted Republican. And their take on the situation is we got to stop calling each other names. That's not my opinion because I watched the Republican Party participate in name calling, right? So what's going on? Yeah, condolences. Thank you so much, D. Steve. Thank you so much. I watched the Republican Party when we had childless cat ladies, immigrants, right? We're not calling them humans. That was my point. It's not the name calling. We don't see the humanity in each other. We don't. It's easy to get caught up in a name if you don't see the humanity in one another. We Generation X, we used to roast each other all the daggum time. Name calling, what we say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's the generation that we were raised up in. Well, I want to say to a degree it was because even though we was calling each other names, we were still treating each other like humans. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that. We don't refer to the people, Ron the suck ass. That's what I call him. See, name calling. We don't refer to the people in Alligator Alcatraz as people. We call them immigrants. They're people. They're people. They're humans. Their lives matter. Their lives matter. Their children's lives matter. Definitely the lives of the children that were taken. They matter. And mind you, because nobody's gonna say it like because they're gonna want to paint it. Would that not be white on white crime? Yeah. I know the media is going to talk about who the media is going to do their best to do one or two things: either humanize him or dehumanize him. You know what? That ain't even my issue. That was a white dude. And when we look at our history in this country, there's a strong argument could be had. We got the wrong demographic locked up. A strong argument, regardless of political party, regardless of gender identification, sexual orientation. No strong argument could be made. We got the wrong demographic locked up. I'm not trying to turn this into that, but if we're just looking at folks being treated a certain type of way based on their propensity to commit violence, I ain't saying, I'm just saying, like, that's crazy. If folks gonna try, no, don't split no hairs now. No, don't split no hairs now. Claim it. Don't say he this, he that. No. That's a white male. That's a white male. Don't split no hairs. We're not finna say, because don't nobody split hairs with us. No. That's an indictment on the whole demographic. We're not gonna split no hairs. I know you're like, Theo, too soon. No, it ain't ever too soon to point out the truth. It ain't ever too soon to point out what was Dylan Roof. What was January 6th? What is it when their favorite sports team wins a championship? Yeah, I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna stop doing that. No, we're not gonna say, oh well, they were celebrating. No, you tearing up personal property, tearing up personal and public, and y'all been doing that since I was a kid. I remember the New York Rangers winning the Stanley Cup back in the day, tearing up New York City. I remember the Los Angeles Lakers with Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar winning championships back in the day, tearing up the city. I remember Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish and them winning tearing up the city. I went, no, I get, no, that was you. Whether you were celebrating or mad, you love to you tear up stuff. You tear up stuff. You tear up stuff. You emotional. You don't know how to control your feelings. Somebody say something, you get in your feelings. Get out your feelings. That's what you tell me and mine, because I don't know when we could ever do something like that and somebody try and explain it away. You took the lives of children. There is no explanation. Sorry, not sorry. You took the lives of children. There's no explanation. None. There is no, oh, we need to stop calling one another names. If you being called a name drives you to delete a child, something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. We're not gonna do that. We're not finna do that. Sticks and stones. That's what I've been told ever since I was a kid. We're not finna change it as we go. No. Words. Because it ain't never been good enough for me to go out there and do nothing like that. I ain't never had justification. Never. Regardless of what it was. Rightfully so, wrongfully so. I've done that. I believe in this country, I think I've done that one time. The DC sniper. I'm not laughing, but I'm saying, historically speaking, and you got a 2-for-1 special on that one. It was me and a younger version of me. But normally we don't do that. We don't do that. If we can talk about gang violence, we can talk about school violence. Yeah, we can. If we can talk about folks tearing up their neighborhoods and everything like that, we can talk about folks going to pop up the schools. We absolutely can. It's fair conversation. Because we never talk about that. We never talk about that. And what would be the reason they popping up the school? Is it for the same reason that they be saying we be popping up the neighborhood? Is it because it's single parent homes going on? Is that what Lee Harvey Oswald, was that the result of a single parent home? Booth, the buddy that took out Lincoln, was that a single parent? Because that was white on white crime. What was that? Was it single parent home? Well, I know they're gonna give me a just no. I ain't. What they say about January 6th? They didn't think they was going to do something like that. Why not? History shows you going to do stuff like that. You can't get your way. It is what it is. It is. I'm going to read with these notes, and then I'm going to make it do what it's going to do, because we got, like I said, I got a great show tonight. We got a great show tonight. D. Steve was saying it usually is all these school, mall, concert, movie theater shootings over the years. Yeah. Yeah, we want to keep talking. I go to the movie theater to talk consistently. So I go to the movie theater and I'm going to add a soundtrack. Stereotypically speaking, that's the worst thing I do at the movie theater is add a soundtrack, an unnecessary soundtrack. The worst thing you do at a movie theater. Know why? Because you don't think, you see some difference between you and the folks at the movie theater. You don't see the humanity in them. You don't. If they're a member of the LGBTQ plus, that means they're not human. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're just as human as you are. You just move through life differently. We tend to think that just because they're different, I'm not going to use that word, the M word. We think because they are a different ethnicity than us, they're not human. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They do stuff differently, but yes, they are. And mind you, this has been propaganda pushed since, come on, let's do it. This is the propaganda that's been pushed ever since Barack Obama ran for president. The birther movement, the Tea Party movement. What do we keep saying? What do we keep hearing? He's not American. That was to dehumanize him. That's what that was. That was to make him inferior, seem inferior, be inferior to those who considered themselves to be Americans. Now let's stay right here. Because I just got questions. And I'm going to make sure we got 4. That's enough. We could use some more, but we got 4. All right. So, manly man. It's football season. It's football season. Manly man. Manly man. It's football season. What I consider to be the greatest team sport, period. I would love to tell you that it's up for a debate, but no, it ain't. It ain't. The greatest team sport ever created. It's football season. This the season of the alpha male. This the season when toxic masculinity is finna run wild. It's a lot of dudes finna puff their chests out and claim they a man. I'm a man. Hey, it is what it is. Men that I look up to, my grandfather, Anderson Butler, Army veteran. Pull that belt out like it was nothing. Silent generation. If I saw that belt, I only saw it one time, and I just can't remember because I don't remember that interaction. It's blocked in my memory. Yeah, that's for real when you block stuff out your mind. I don't want to think about it. But Anderson Butler, man's man. Get up, go to work, eat oatmeal first thing in the morning. Yeah, he always had a nice little work outfit. Green shirt, green pants, blue shirt, blue pants, khaki shirt, khaki pants. Granddad wasn't playing. He used to work at the Marine Corps base right there in Albany, Georgia. He wasn't playing. He wasn't. That's a man's man. Come home to his wife. Yeah. Food on the table. Yeah. Every day I'm going to work. I'm going to work first thing in the morning. Yeah. It's a man. Don't come to me talking about they don't want to start you at football. Don't come talking to me about the coach ain't giving you no PT. Take your behind out there and make it do what it gonna do. I told my grandpa, I said, Granddad, I don't want to play football no more. Can you tell the coach? I ain't telling the coach nothing. You tell him. Then you say you want to play? Yeah, well, you let him know. That's a man. That's a man. manly man, took that oath just like his grandson would years down the road. Took that oath just like his great granddaughter would years, decades later down the road. You know who ain't ever take that damn oath? The dude who kept saying it was something wrong with his feet. Now, he said it was something wrong with his feet. Before he said it was something wrong with his feet, he said the kids in Pee-wee football was hitting too hard. Said he wanted to be a tight end. He said the kids, Joey Bosa, this your king? Because you play for the 49ers, right? Bosa, you play for the 49ers. That's your dude? The dude who can't do what you doing. Who ain't man enough to do what you doing. That's who you look up to? It's quite a few veterans out here want to look up to the dude. The dude ain't even got it within him to do what you did. Take that oath to protect this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. He ain't even got it in him. Not the National Guard, not the Coast Guard. Watch this. Not the Guardians over there in New York. What was it? The Guardians of New York? Not them. Not the Black Panther Party here in America. Matter of fact, he ain't even got it within him to go join any of them organizations similar to the Proud Boys. No, that's a coward. And that's your dude? The dude who told you walk up on the Capitol January 6th and was nowhere to be found? There's this episode on Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Y'all remember this one? Yeah. Season one. I believe it's season one, right? The leader has projected this thing from the cube, right? It is turning everybody within it. They become gamma radiated, right? Gamma radiated, right. And the Avengers is right there. They're right there. And if I'm not mistaken, Doc Samson had designed them some uniforms that should keep them incubated from the radiation, right. And they all put it on. Tony don't need to put one on because he got his Iron Man armor on and everything like that. And Thor don't need to put one on either and everything like that. Y'all remember when Tony says, hey, T'Challa, you want to go ahead and check it out? That's effed up. And T'Challa like, bro, I ain't scared. T'Challa about to take a leap. He's about to take a step. Remember when Steve stuck his hand out there like this? Leaders lead. Can I say that one more time? Can I? Leaders lead. Leaders lead. We have somebody leading us that isn't just a coward. They can't lead you on the combat field, right? Because their feet hurt. How many veterans we got right now dealing with lower extremity issues? And fighting to get disability, suffering trying to get disability because they got lower extremities. When this dude literally had a doctor sign off, I don't know how many times, right? It's crazy. It don't stop him from walking around the White House, does it? But that dude who couldn't even lead you to a football field, let alone the combat field, that's your king. I ain't never got to worry about your king showing you how to beat me on the field. And safe to say, since your king ain't got no football experience, since your king ain't got no combat experience, and your king is arrogant as hell, he gonna veto all the good damn plans, which allows me to take advantage of you, whether we playing chess, checkers, what battleship, Stratego, football, basketball, dominoes, it don't matter. He gonna lead you. Now see, this is the damnest thing, because he in the White House right now. He gonna lead you to hell. Not back. Just lead you to hell. Which is where this country is going right now. To hell. We're not coming back because the dude don't know how to apologize. I like the dude who, when a sheriff talked bad about him, called him out his name, he fronted the sheriff. I like that right there. Pulled up on the sheriff. When folks had so much to say about this dude, he said, let me show you how gangster I am. And they say the worst threat is the one that's whispered. I'm going to pull up on you and have a beer at your house. I'm going to show you just how much you don't intimidate me, how much testicular fortitude I got, how my cojones hang. I'm going to come sit on your front porch and have a conversation over your favorite brew or beer. That's a man. That's a man. That's why that other dude don't like him, because that's a man. That dude, let's talk about it. That dude been with the same woman for how long? No controversies other than the birth of controversy. Yeah, but I don't know why folks mad at him, because he represents at least half of them. But say, Theo, I don't know how any white person is mad at Barack Obama. He 50% white. He 50% white. You still had a white president. No. We still ain't got our first black president. And Kamala wouldn't have been our first black president. She's biracial too. Biracial, multi-ethnic, pick one. But she would have been black and brown. Oh, no. We still ain't got that black president yet. But y'all wasn't satisfied with that one, so. Which I'd have thought, magna cum laude. Keep up with these notes. We got D. Steezel in the building. We got Jermaine Knowles in the building. We got Nytellum, he of the, I ask difficult questions. We got Grand Madam Tara, my spiritual advisors, in the building. We got the Kamoyo King, president of the Black Panther fan group, in the building. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. The leader, the guy whose head the size of an SUV. Yeah, him. Gamma World Art. Appreciate that, Steezel. Old Cadet Bone Spill. Yeah, he just proved how mediocre a lot of them are, and he proved it to them. We've been on. Yeah. Like I said, I don't, you can't tell me that's your guy and try and act like a tough guy. Because that's what it is. It's an act. It's an act. That's what it is. Low key, if you're telling me that's your dude, watch this. Somebody that would tell me that Clinton is their dude, I'm like, oh, so you don't mind cheating on your significant other. If somebody tell me Bush is their guy, GW, I'm like, oh, you're a party boy. You don't mind partying, huh? Yeah. You don't mind partying and all. That's all right. I can hang out with you. I don't necessarily know if I want you running the country, but I can damn sure kick the bobo with you and have a good ass time. Absolutely. And then you got Barry. You got Barry. Barry, cool dude. Barry gonna play some basketball. Talk a little trash to you too and everything like that. I don't even necessarily think you want to get into a roasting contest with Barry. Barry just seemed like, I believe Barry know how to play spades too. I believe him and Michelle will sit down at the spades table and bust that ass. Yes, I do. Yeah, yes, I do. We ain't got nothing over here. We ain't got nothing over here. And you ain't got nothing over there with him either. He can't barbecue like you can. You at the barbecue pit. Fat boy don't know nothing. I'm sorry, Taco. I'm sorry, Doughboy. I'm sorry. Orangutan don't know nothing about no damn barbecue. You can't even do the square dance with this dude. You ain't got nothing. I'm telling you, you have nothing in common with this dude. And you think you do. This dude don't give two damns about you. He don't. And shout out to Pete Rozelle for recognizing the stupidity when this dude wanted to be a part of the United States Football League. Hell no. Hell no. We don't want you a part of national football. Nothing. 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 So, what we got going on here? Oh man, listen, y'all see me? Y'all see me? Y'all see me? Shout out to the Kamoyo King and everything like that. Fresh fit in the air, freshness in the air, fresh. Y'all see me? Fresh. Yeah. Shout out to the Kamoyo King. Shout out to Kamoyo King. Shout out to the Kamoyo King. Kamoyo King sent me a box today, and I'm feeling pretty good about the box that he sent to me. Wanted to make sure I had the hoodie on for the show tonight. Yes, we're going to make it do what it's going to do. Yes, good Lord have mercy. French Market Coffee. Now, Kamoyo sent me something else. Kamoyo sent me something else. And it's crazy because I actually remember us having this conversation a year ago. I actually remember us having this conversation a year ago, and we was talking about some stuff. And we were like, ooh, that looked like somebody could get hurt. That looked like somebody could get hurt. Why would you send me this? 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 Now, here. Let me tell you what it is. Officially, they are called meat shredder claws. That's what they're called officially. Y'all know that's not what we're using them for, though. No. These would be nice on the utility belt. Ooh, Lord Jesus have mercy. You got you a couple of night asp, and you got these right here. I hit Kamoyo up today. I said, you're going to have somebody going to jail. You're going to have somebody going to jail. Oh, man. Stratego, Dark Cheeto. That's nice. Yeah, best coffee. Yeah, appreciate that, Grand Madam. Got to send you D and Grand Madam more coffee. Yeah, man, listen. Listen. You know how they say he right on time? He right on time because your boy was running low for real. Your boy was running low for real. So that's definitely right on time. This must be an ancient weapon from Wakanda. I ain't saying. The durable plastic. It's made out of plastic. That's the whole thing. But you don't need much. You don't need. This gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Moving right along. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Y'all could have been anywhere else this evening. Late notice is my fault. Late notice. Your brother has been kind of exhausted here lately, so we're trying to make sure we got what we need and everything to make sure our energy stays up. Of course, the coffee does help. So, going over our topics, we've already been over two of them. Our prayers and thoughts to the families and children in Minnesota. America has a serious humanity problem. Until we start seeing the humanity in all of us, in each of us, it's going to be a problem. And can we stop saying it's just about the bad immigrants? Because we do have a report out there that a black police officer had to turn himself in because he was not a naturalized citizen. Yeah, let me go ahead and get that. Let me see. Make sure I get that one because I found that to be interesting. Like, dang, bro. Ain't. I'm thinking this shouldn't be you. It shouldn't. This comes to us by way of, make sure I get this information. Y'all can be like, damn, Theo, yeah. A police officer. Maine police officer arrested by ICE agrees to voluntarily leave the U.S. This comes to us by NBC News. Guess we need to stop talking about this whole the good ones back. What he say? It's some good ones here. What he tell Byron? He one of the good ones. Maine police officer arrested by ICE agrees to voluntarily leave the U.S. This comes to us by NBC News. Officials with the town and police department of Old Orchid Beach have said federal authorities previously told them Reserve Officer John Luke Evans was legally authorized to work in the U.S. By the Associated Press, by the way. A Maine police officer arrested by immigration authorities has agreed to voluntarily leave the country, United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement said Monday. Damn, Dean, he got to go? Guess you don't care, huh, Dean? As in Dean came. ICE arrested Old Orchid Beach Police Department Reserve Officer John Luke Evans of Jamaica on July 25th as part of the agency's effort to step up immigration enforcement. Officials with the town and police department have said federal authorities previously told them Evans was legally authorized to work in the U.S. An ICE representative by telephone told the Associated Press on Monday that a judge has granted voluntary departure for Evans and that he could leave as soon as that day. The representative did not provide other details about Evans' case. What was he doing wrong? Oh, that's not the platform we ran on. That's the platform that we ran on. We said we were going to get rid of all the criminals. That's what we said. That's what we said. Now, you know what? I'm probably dead ass wrong for asking this question because I ain't really seen it. There's some brothers out there that's ICE agents. I just thought I'd ask. I just thought I'd ask. I just thought I'd ask. He can't stay. We don't need more law enforcement officers the way they being called up and everything like that, being activated. He couldn't stay, or we ain't trust him because he was black. That's what we say. We said we only getting the good ones. I'm gonna say we said we only going after the bad ones. Oh, that's what we said. We said we only going after the bad ones. I ain't know how he could be a bad one working for the police department. I didn't know that. I'm somewhat confused, but hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined, as Marshawn Lynch would say. I'm just here. I thought we was only getting rid of the good ones, though. I guess I don't. If you can't be a good one working for the police department, especially in Maine, like you on the police department in Maine, you should have it made. You should. Let's see what we got here today. Y'all go to the comic book store today? I did. Well, I didn't, but I did. Mr. Terrific Year 1, Issue 3. We got a Bruce Wayne sighting. We got a Bruce Wayne sighting. We got a Bruce Wayne sighting. Yes, we do. Some more introspection. I'm curious to see what we're gonna do with issue 4. MS-13 members say it doesn't matter if they are deported because they'd be back the next week. Wow, that's great. Thank you so much, Grand Madam. Thank you so much. So, what we got here? Mr. Terrific, Year 1. Yep. Michael, 2 years. But Ernest. We got the name of a father. I don't know who be listening to us half the time, but I remember Ernest. You said Ernest Holt. That's Michael Holt's father. Michael Holt comes from a nuclear family. Yeah, you got mama and dad in the house. Michael Holt. Michael Holt's dad name is Ernest. That's Ernest. We gonna get mom at some point, but Ernest. And he looked up to dad. You see how DC doing that? I don't, you're not gonna tell me ain't none of that being planned out, because Their version of T'Challa is Michael Hope. And you not gonna tell me they not being petty over there. Hey. Dude need a father. Man, they ain't never been a part of the story before. Trust me. Over there, they don't like that. Marvel keep kissing the black father goodbye. They low-key, they appreciate the black father, so we ain't got to pander to them, but low-key, we do need to let them know that Michael got a daddy and that Michael looked up to his dad. Lord have mercy. when the last time we could say that? He has nothing but loving things to say about his father. And we get a little lesson in there too. You know how folks say stuff shouldn't be political? No, we get a little lesson in issue 3. Yeah. Parents should always believe in their children. Damn, you damn right. You. So even if they fail, they knew damn good and well you believe in them. You damn right. Well, look at that. Look at that. Look. That's my takeaway from issue 3. That's my takeaway. Ernest Hope. Ernest Hope, and the fact that Michael was 2 years younger than Dre. That Michael is 2 years younger than Dre. That Michael knows Bruce Wayne is Batman, and Batman knows Michael is Mr. Terrific. Yeah, I like that. I like all that. I'm picking that up. What else we had going on? Oh man, issue 30 of the Avengers. Comic books reviews to come if y'all want them. Notice I said if you want them. But Avengers issue 30, you get a Kane flashback. Y'all know Kane's still white. Yeah. Kane still, and he ain't been in comics in a minute. So, for at least almost 6-7 months. So he could have changed skin tones between then. Nah, but he's still white. He white, got black hair, straight hair. Yeah. Look more like Tony Stark than Jonathan Majors. That's it, yes. Huh? You gonna go? You got the card?
I was asking, can I call the Uber instead of walk?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that is cute. Where did that come from?
This come from the Komodo King. Hold on, my wife just walked in. Let me monitor the thing. Let me monitor the thing for the Komodo King. They come from the Komodo King. Let me turn around and everything like that. Yeah, come on. And then he got me.
Oh, and then you got your necklace with the panther teeth on it. Oh, I know you happy.
Now you know what these are for real, right? These are meat shredders.
Yeah. Oh, I had to say. Well, I did.
But that ain't what he said it to me.
I don't know.
And we got some French
coffee?
Market New Orleans coffee. We got some French Market New Orleans coffee. Yeah. We have it. See. Yeah.
Can I have a sip when we mix it?
Yeah. We make something over. See, the wife she says she want to sip. No, she's gonna get her own cup of coffee. I'm doing that.
I'm just gonna take a sip.
You ain't taking a sip of mine. You get your own cup of coffee.
That ain't right.
She prefer a sip than to get her own cup.
Yeah, because if I ain't gonna drink the whole cup, then all I want is a sip.
Oh, have mercy, Jesus. But no, we are very, very thankful, Komoyo. Thank you to the Rock With Me Nation and everything like that. French roast coffee. We cannot wait to knock this off and everything like that. Let me put these reading glasses on. Theo playing with a Zoody's Panther claws. What he gonna tell about? Hey, what we say? We got it at the house. we got Wakanda at the house. Everybody else be talking. Oh no. We got Wakanda at the house. Y'all go ahead and do that over there with y'all. But we got it at the house. Keeping the party rolling though, because like I said, we in for a good time this evening. But I want to stress this. I want to stress this. We can agree to disagree, but be able to see the humanity in the other person. Be able to see the humanity in another person, because if you can't, then you looked into the abyss and you blinked. Be able to see the humanity in another person. That's what we got going on in this country right now. We're dehumanizing one another. And that's honestly what folks want you to do, dehumanize one another. I just cannot wait till we get to a point where we understand the people that want us to dehumanize one another. That's the 1%. That's the 1%. And if we, the majority, don't see the humanity in one another, then we're going to keep fighting over scraps. That's the plan. That's the objective. That's what racism is in America. Not to be confused with what racism was in Nazi Germany. Racism in America, that ain't the same thing. That's about capitalism. That's about people using something from another country to keep the majority separated. I don't know when we're gonna wake up. I don't know when we're gonna wake up, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, Avengers 30. I'm not gonna give away any plot anyway. I'm not gonna give the story away. Go read it. T'Challa's in it, yes, of course. Aurora's in it, yes, of course. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Fareed Karami Fareed returning back to as the artist. Great work on that. In regards to the story itself, there's somebody in that story that popped up in another comic book just here recently. So I won't give that away. I won't get Mr. Fantastic. Reed Richards is in that story. So you go check it out. If you want me to do a comic book review on it, I will. If you don't, I won't, because I don't like getting my feelings hurt. What else we got? Imperial issue 3. I'm sorry, not Imperial issue 3. No, we got Black Panther Imperial. It's something to be said when you can get some respect written on that character. And I know the characters, the pacing of the story might not be to everyone's satisfaction, but like I said, the floor to me is John Ridley's run. That's the floor. That's the floor. Right above that would be Benjamin Percy's Predator versus Black Panther. Right above that. But the floor is John Ridley's run. When I look at what we're getting with Jonathan Hickman's, his version of T'Challa, we got a Black Panther that don't play the radio. And it's the damnedest thing, because it's like, that sounds like T'Challa. Like, if T'Challa has a voice, we got Professor Film Fan in the building. What's going on, Professor Film Fan? If you have a voice, if you imagine T'Challa speaking a certain type of way, how he's being written in Imperial is how he talks. Now, maybe that's because Jonathan Hickman is familiar with the character, or maybe it's because he has somebody in his mind that T'Challa actually speaks like, but that's how T'Challa talks. That's how he moves. He's deliberate. Now, I know somebody said something about in regards to the writing. It's very, very telling. And I don't know if there's a message. Of course, this is comics, so there could always be a message. That T'Challa is like, folks didn't even give Wakanda the benefit of the doubt. They were ready to believe what was going on. That's all they needed, an excuse, which was alluded to in the first issue of Imperial. And then he lets Gladiator know, well, I'm going to put hands on you about my sister. like just straight up, just like that. Like, who's responsible for my sister being kidnapped? Oh, that would be us. But we made sure she was treated well. This what you call treating her right? This what you call treating her good? This what you call it? Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna see about you. When it's all this over with, I'm gonna see about you one-on-one. Lord have mercy, Jesus. One on one, and then before then, T'Challa told everybody, listen, we've been duped. All of us been duped. Now, I can fix this. I can. But before I fix anything, I need everybody's unconditional surrender. Now, we didn't get the intergalactic empire till Ta-Nehisi Coates, right? Right. I'm not finna sit up here and act like I'm familiar with the regalians like that. I'm not. But now the Shi'ar, the Kree, and the Skrulls, oh, they been around. And they bending the knee. That tell you everything you need to know. They've been established in Marvel comic books. They've been in the knee. You say, okay, all right, yeah, we surrender. All right. All right, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. I done seen everybody else put hands on everybody else. I need to see my folks get to put hands on everybody else. So, yes, Grand Madam, unconditional surrender. T'Challa, like, and it's a one-time offer. It's a one-time offer. I can solve the problem, but I'm not going to be looking over my shoulder trying to solve it. Unconditional. And told Gladiator, we don't need to act like we don't know who Gladiator is. Gladiator got a whole Marvel Legends action figure out there. Gladiator then went toe-to-toe with the Fantastic Four. Gladiator then went toe-to-toe with the Gladiator. Gladiator. He done went toe-to-toe with the X-Men. Hell, he done went toe-to-toe with Gladiator. And T'Challa. You know the dude that we keep saying ain't superhuman? Yeah, him. Bruh, I'm going to see you when it's over with. And you know, Gladiator always got that bravado, got that confidence. You know, Gladiator talk a little, not here. Not here, because you know that dude meant business. I'm going to see you after this. About my sister. Stay right there. Stay right there, because that's a lot of respect. Of course, we know this. We know this being Black Panther fans. We know the affection that T'Challa has for his sister Shuri. And we as Black Panther fans share that affinity, that affection for his sister. When you take into consideration why the writer, Reginald Hudlin, created Shuri, it makes it even more special, even more beautiful. Right. Well, you know, you have Shuri fans, supposedly, who can't wait for say something negative about T'Challa. Where they at? Like, I've noticed certain tendencies. I have. And if you noticed it, let me know in the comment section. I've never seen a Shuri fan with any Shuri merch. I'm saying it one more time. I never saw a Shuri fan with any Shuri merch, anything that shows their affection, their love, their desire, their compassion for this character, to want to share the character with other people. No, I keep hearing T'Challa is gone. She replaced T'Challa. The same thing can be said for Aurora. Because I asked this question on social media about 3 weeks ago. Because remember, earlier this year, don't act like that, when folks had so many negative things to say about Aurora and T'Challa's relationship. Oh, he's always mistreated her. Or we've had a variety of people say that. Right. She's always written as a damsel in distress, which is crazy as hell to me, because I'm thinking, I don't think Reginald Hudlin wrote her like that. Jonathan Mayberry didn't write her like that. David List didn't write her like that. Jonathan Hickman didn't write her like that in Avengers vs. X-Men. So where is this story? Where are these stories of Aurora being miswritten, mistreated by T'Challa. Who's the writer? Who's the writer? What's the name of the story? What's the name of the comic book? What issue is it in? Because I've had folks, whether they be fans and or writers, say that Aurora got mistreated when she was with T'Challa. What story? Because I've been asking, been running around the block now for a minute, asking. I heard what we folks had. Oh, this, that, then the third. But when asked to produce hardcore evidence, I get nothing but crickets. No, you should be able to stand on your square. This ain't me trolling. This me asking for information. And if you got it, because I believe in being accurate. I don't care nothing about being right or wrong. I believe in being accurate. Well, if you got a story out there, a writer out there that wrote T'Challa mistreating Aurora, or got Aurora being written like a damsel in distress, because you got to make sure there are no side-by-side comparisons in any X-Men title. But Theo, what do you mean? Well, if she got thrown in a coffin, right, in an X-Men title by either Dr. Doom or Arcade, where she suffered from claustrophobia, then you can't complain about the same damn thing happening in another comic book. Because you done did it over here. If somebody then had to rescue Aurora in an X-Men comic book, you can't complain about Aurora having to be rescued in another comic book. No. So I want to say, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. Where is this? Where are these stories at where Aurora been written as a damsel in distress? Where them stories at? I need that, and especially if you are a writer. I need that. Especially if you're a writer and you've been throwing stuff out there in the ether like it's facts. I need that. And if you are a writer writing for one of the big two or one of the big three, and you didn't have so much to say about how Aurora was mistreated whenever she was around T'Challa, I need the story. I need the story title. I need the story title. I need the comic book title. I need the issue and or issues. I need that. I don't need your description. No. I need to be able to, you need to tell me where it's at. So, and mind you, like I said, you can't complain about something that happens in somebody else's comic and it didn't happen over here in an X-Men title. And I don't want folks to think I'm black. I identify as African American. I'm an X-Men fan. It's safe to say, when that sister came on the scene, prior to her, it was Scott. But when that sister came on the scene, I was checking for the sister with white hair and blue eyes. I was pissed when she got with Forge. I was upset when she didn't get with the brother with an M tattooed on his face with a Jerry curl, shag. I was upset about that. So I don't want folks thinking that just because we're Black Panther fans, we're not also Aurora fans, because that's clearly what you're thinking. That's clearly what you're thinking. And I don't want you thinking your like for the character predates somebody else's who's been living longer than you. Come with facts. Come with facts. I'm looking for it. When Black Panther said, make peace with your gods, you assume, yeah, T'Challa ain't play. T'Challa ain't play at all. I felt it when he said it, because I'm like, that's how he talk. That's how he talk. That's how he talk for real. Like he let you know, hey, you want me to get you Ghost or you want to be Ghost? One of them requires thought. The other one is right now. You see, Nigella said, T'Challa said, Wakanda never forgets. So next time I see you, it's on sight. Come on now. It's on. You ain't It made you feel good, didn't it? Didn't it make you feel good? Yes, Lord, it made you feel good. The key word was written. Yes, ma'am. No, Shooty fans only talk whenever mentioned T'Challa. That's it. So that's what I'm looking for. I ain't backing down from it. And if you are a fan of this character, we don't back down from it. We don't back down from it. And I'm speaking strength of, we don't back down from it. We're not accepting anything less. We're not. We're gonna stand 10 toes down for T'Challa. And I think that's the thing that folks ain't really used to. We not finna move. We gonna be just like Spider-Man fans. The same fans that want Peter and Mary Jane together, we're just as passionate about T'Challa and Aurora. And we're not gonna act like we don't care about that. We don't care what you say. We don't. That's part of being a fan. We're not gonna be fanatical, but as fans, when we know what we're talking about, no, we're not gonna do that. But we all know Storm is only free and fully realized when she is with a white guy. That's how they feel. That's how they feel. But we got to start calling it for what it is. No. You got all these characters that ain't black in relationships. It's time to start putting, and I'm talking specifically to Marvel, because DC doing their thing. It's time for you to start moving past that civil rights era where you got an issue with putting black characters together. And I'm talking straight to CB Sapolsky. Move past that. Because inactivity is telling on yourself. CB Sapolsky, inactivity is telling on yourself. Tom Brevoort, inactivity is telling on yourself. And just because you hired somebody that looks like me, if that needle ain't moving, that needle ain't moving. That needle ain't moving. That needle ain't moving. Just gonna go ahead and say it right there. So that keeping the party rolling. That was my Mr. Terrific Year 1, issue 3. That was my Imperial Black Panther issue 1 and my Avengers issue 30 debriefing. Not bad titles. Go check them out. I think you'll find what you like in that. If you would like for me, like I said, if you would like for me to do comic book reviews, let me know. I do it. I ain't doing it for 30 views though. I ain't saying that. Coffee and claws. Safe to say, we got the coffee. We got the claws. Boy, this would hurt. This that hard plastic right here, y'all. This hard impact plastic. This hard rubber plastic that ain't gonna bend. This. Where are we at? Where are we at? Keeping the party rolling. Storm Target exclusive comes your way on the 29th. Storm Target exclusive. That would be Friday. That is her in the gray outfit. If you do not have your Storm art action figure, you can go ahead and jump on this. If I'm not mistaken, this is on a new buck, a new body, pinless joints. I'm a customizer. Plus, I already got my, well, that ain't the Storm action figure I would want if I were going to buy a new one. But for those of y'all that don't have one, this would be the look that's based on her Outback look, gray costume. Go cop that on Friday. Go get that. Go get that. You ain't got that. See, I ain't gonna be like that. You want it? Go get it. I'm telling you when it's dropping and everything like that. I got what I need. For those of us that do like to customize, for those of us, and I can't believe I'm getting ready to say this because I don't necessarily want to tell them about it. But for those of us that do like to customize and you like a thick action figure, right? The Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, comic book version. Those action figures that she used to be over there on eBay and used to cost a little bit of money. Now you get her for the steal. You can go over there and get her for the low. What you saying? I'm saying for about maybe, I don't know, about 100 bones, you can get you about 4 of them. You get about 4 or 5 of about 100 bones. And there you would have the thick female. And that Carol Danvers, when you look at the upper torso, there's cleavage in the torso as opposed to it looking like a costume stretched over it. So if they right there, I was doing some research because I'm since I got that Hulk, I don't know what I can't do right now. I was telling Daryl, I was telling Kamoyo, ever since I got that Incredible Hulk, the whole world that opened up to me because I'm like, oh, you can do some stuff. You can do some stuff. So if you want that Aurora action figure, she will be dropping this Friday. Pre-orders are up and everything. Pre-orders will be up that Friday. I need Fine Sisters on my action figures. Where is this at now? eBay. Go over to eBay and just Gray. Go over to eBay, and my apologies for not telling people where to go find it. Go over there to eBay and just type in Marvel Legends Captain Marvel. There you go. And you will see her in the costume similar to what she wore in the MCU, but you can tell it's the comic book version of that character. That's the build. That's the build. And just so you know, that is the buck that they're using right now for their thicker females, their thicker female characters, not to be confused with the Incredible Hulk, because I'm gonna say She-Hulk, she's a bigger buck, but that's the same buck that they're using. They've just updated it with pinless joints and the torso, the upper torso, where it looks like material is stretched over her bosom as opposed to the cleavage being there. So I would go get that. Like, that's an easy paint job. You take off, it's blue plastic, right? Blue plastic, no differently than the Spider-Woman was was black plastic, and the Moonstone is white plastic. It's blue plastic. So anybody, dark blue plastic, to be truthfully honest with you. So let's say somebody was, I want to make me a Shorty action figure, and you don't necessarily, right. And I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Is she fine? Like wine? as wine, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Where are we at? Black characters in comics, live action. Why black comic book experts never explain the differences. Okay. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. There is you got Bo DeMaio, his statements. I think he's quieted down a little bit this week, but past 2 weeks he was definitely active on social media. You got the comment from Victoria Alonso about 2 years ago. And if you read her statement, you knew exactly who she was talking about. That wasn't speculation. There was only one movie that grossed that type of money, and so we knew who she was talking about. When you look at comments in regards to Nate Moore and how they go about selecting writers, that's not something that we're unfamiliar with. We've been made aware of Marvel's process when it comes to choosing directors and writers for quite some time now. And then Bo articulates it. He puts it out there. Well, the general audience is the general audience. That's what that is. The general audience is the general audience. They're not gonna know, but they can tell good writing, bad writing, with scripts being incomplete. Damn near every MCU movie that's come out, there's always been an issue in regards to scripts being incomplete, rewrites. That's what we've been hearing. That's been a known thing. That's been a known thing. Well, the black movie critic don't know what I know about the comic book characters. And I'm going to go above and beyond to say the black movie critic don't even care about comic book characters like that, because that's not their passion. No shame, no shade. But when you know about something, when you care about something, you invest time and energy into it. It's just not something that you say. No, you can actually show it. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I might not have as much as some other Pittsburgh Steelers fans, but I have stuff that shows I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. I might not have as much as other Georgia Bulldogs fans, but I have something in my home that lets you know beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. Well, when you are a fan of something, you can speak knowledgeably to it. When you are a fan of something, you want to be knowledgeable about it when you're a fan of something. Too often, what I've noticed when interacting with us, we're fans and we don't know what we're fans of. Let me say it one more time. We're fans and we don't know what we're fans of. We call ourselves to be comic book fans, but we can't even be bothered to educate one another on what's real and what's not. We just consume. Consume, consume, consume. And I mean consume with no conscience. That's like not caring about what you're putting in your body. You just gonna eat anything. And you ain't necessarily hungry. You got choices on the table. You're making a conscious decision to eat something you know nothing about. And then those of us that know what it is can't be bothered to tell you. But we're not discerning enough to spin it in a real world sense. What's your identity as a person? What's your identity as an ethnic group? Saw a video today. You got people talking about they black Native Americans. Can you really be a black Native American? Can you really be a black American or black American that's native to America? Can you? Is that even an intelligent thing to say? We come on these lives, we pick up these comic books, we go to the movies, we buy the action figures. What for? What for? Do you know what you like? Do you know why you like it? Do you know the difference between that and something else? And if you're the on-duty expert, why you can't be bothered to speak on it? Is it not important? It didn't matter that Riri Williams is sponsored by Tony, that we couldn't even speak on it. It was just enough for us to tell people that those who had a problem with the character were racist. Because that's all we did. And all that did was keep dividing people. What we like it for. We didn't see nothing wrong with Riri Williams. We didn't see nothing wrong with the person that's smart as a whip having to resort to petty crimes. We liked it. We talked about it. We wanted to regurgitate it. We told folks that's what the lick read. When we gonna get enough of making that same damn mistake? We did the same damn thing with Monica Rambeau. Could not be bothered as knowledgeable influencers to speak to the truth about that character. No, we just regurgitated Disney talking points. Well, whose responsibility is it to educate folks on the black characters in the MCU, if not the black influencers that's making money off, that's trying to bank off the MCU? Whose responsibility is it? And where do black fans that don't read comic books go to get the truth about the characters? If we not gonna tell them. And we're not telling them for what reason? What was so hard about telling folks that T'Challa was in a coma when Shuri became the Black Panther? What was so hard about saying that? What was wrong with saying that? What was so wrong with saying, Monica don't know Carol like that. Monica got a mom and dad at the house. Yeah, that's who Monica cool with. What was wrong with that? Why we couldn't say that? What was wrong with saying Njobu that's not T'Challa's uncle? That's not T'Challa's uncle. It's a dude named Sion. What was wrong with that? What was wrong with saying Namor did not kill Queen Mother Ramunda? No, she's still alive. She's still, by way of Sion, T'Challa's uncle. What's wrong with us as black comic book influencers telling the truth when Marvel, the MCU, gets it wrong in regards to our characters? Is it not important enough? Because if we don't make it a talking point, who will? Whose job is it to educate black fans that aren't comic book fans, yet they go watch MCU movies? Whose responsibility is it to care, be concerned, to inform those fans about the characters that look like them, if not them? Who we waiting to do it? Because I'm telling you, that's part of the problem now why me and Daryl on the scene. Nobody was doing it. Why not? Why not? I can hear and read folks like Tony, folks from podcasts saying this is racist, but they never tell you what's the difference. I ain't asking. I'm just wanting to know who responsibility is. Because if it ain't ours, and we act like it ain't, we more pressed to tell folks to be angry, but educate folks. I don't know. Yeah, some people on TikTok with funny hats just saying everything is racist, but don't know how to educate the people on the character. They just talking. Yeah, my brother D Real just pulled up. What's going on, big brother? What's going on? So that's my point. Whose responsibility is it? Whose responsibility is it? And how did they blow up? How if they're not going to get it right, then how they blowing up getting it wrong? I keep asking, it's almost like, how did we put somebody in the White House that's a convicted felon? Like, when you know right from right and you know wrong from wrong, how you keep doing the wrong damn thing? Like, how do you sign off on it? What's going on? Yeah, my big brother right there. How you do it? How you do it, and how do you knowingly? It's one thing for a person to lie to you, but how do you sit up there and willingly let the person lie to your face? I be trying to figure stuff out. What are you influencing as a black influencer? What are you influencing? Is it just a job to get paid, or do you somewhere in here care about us doing better as a people? Is it just, I just want to go get some money? The names that we choose, the handles that we choose, not the people bestow upon us, the names that we choose say a lot about us. My brother Daryl, be real with D Real. That means keep that thing above. When you come up, I'm thinking, this is what I get from his name. When you come to him, keep it above. You ain't necessarily got to say what he wants you to say, but keep it above. When he come to you, he gonna keep it above. He ain't necessarily gonna say what you want him to say, but he gonna always keep it above. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. That's literally me saying, hey, listen, I ain't saying it's raining outside, but you might get wet if you walk out that door. I'm gonna always keep it a buck with you. I don't care. I really don't care. I've been told so many times in my life I'm wrong. I wish I could tell you I care. I don't. I care about being accurate. I care about being accurate. There's a difference between the two. But y'all come to me because you're looking for me to be accurate. And I think to a degree looking to be entertained too. Well, what's my responsibility in all this? Is it my responsibility with my name being my title? I ain't saying, I'm just saying, Is it my responsibility to just be entertaining or be educational to a degree, especially if I'm saying, I ain't saying, I'm just saying, like everything can't be a damn joke. Everything can't be Grand Madam Tarot. That name says something. You looking for Grand Madam, you grand. You looking for some wisdom, some experience there and everything. Grand. Yeah. Madam. Okay, this is an older lady right here. This queen right here. This queen right here. Tarot. It's gonna involve some cards. It's going to involve some stuff other than some cars. It's going to involve some bells. It's going to involve some wind and everything like that. It's going to involve some spirits being moved and everything like that. That's in a name. Quite a few folks got names. We not living up to them. And we're not living up to them because we like stuff. Okay. I used to like Rick and Morty. Low key, I still like Rick and Morty. Do I watch Rick and Morty though? No. Why not? Why don't I like Rick and Morty and I like Rick and Morty? Oh, it was about 3 years ago. Rick didn't know which one he was going to choose, his biological daughter or the clone one. Well, that was an easy decision for me. I'm gonna choose my biological children. It's not gonna choose the clone over the child whose life I've been in ever since she came out her mother's womb. Well, that didn't sit good with me. I like Rick and Morty, but that preaches the wrong message for me, so I can't watch Rick and Morty. I can't say, oh well, it wasn't that bad. Yes, it was. It sent the wrong message. That's sending the wrong message. A father doesn't know which child he wants, the child whose life he's always been in, or the one he just created yesterday. That's the wrong message. I don't have a problem with it. I don't listen to Snoop Dogg anymore either. I'm sorry, Calvin Brodus. I don't listen to Calvin anymore. He had one time. I'm not missing anything. I don't need my gin and juice no more. I ain't rolled down the street with my gin and juice. I ain't got to listen to it no more. But watch how anal I am with it. Even when I play Grand Theft Auto 5, I don't even listen to the radio station, the hip hop radio station with red on it, because I don't want to hear Ice Cube and I don't want to hear anything from Snoop. And I'm not particular about Dre. Standing on business. I ain't got to. I've invested enough money into Snoop Dogg where I ain't got to do it no more, nor feel guilty that I'm choosing to disassociate myself with him just because of what he did in regards to Donald Trump. Same thing in regards to Ice Cube. Same thing in regards to Dr. Dre. I didn't spend enough money. I can disavow myself and feel good. You're not standing on business when it comes to me and mine. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. See how that go? See how that go? My name. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. You ain't standing on business. No differently with Charlemagne the God. You ain't standing on business. No differently than Dr. Umar Johnson. You ain't standing on business. No differently than Dr. Boyce Watkins. You not standing on business. And while I did not want to say this, no differently than Ryan Clark. I love that dude. I love what he brings. But I do see what ESPN, we're switching gears, I do see what ESPN is doing with Shedeur Sanders' name. They are taking a huge dump on Shedeur Sanders' name. And I'm of the mindset that call came in from the NFL's top dogs last week. Stop talking about Shedeur Sanders. Stop acting like that. And they done a complete 180. It started with Dan Orlovsky. Now you're starting to look at people, Stephen A. Smith, one of the biggest Shedeur Sanders supporters. What does he do today? He let Mad Dog come on there, and the first thing Mad Dog did was throw Shedeur up under the bus and tried to drag Louis Riddick along with him. And who shows that? On the Stephen A. Smith show. You say what? I say, who shows that? That Stephen A. Smith show. So Stephen A. Smith did not stop Doggy from doing that. Oh no, go on the air and do it. You got my full blessing. And Louis Riddick was like, oh no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. And it's one of them things where I'm glad Doggy wasn't in the studio. And I believe Louis Riddick and Stephen A. Smith had a conversation, because what Doggy was trying to say is act like Shador ain't passed the eye test with us. He didn't get treated unfair. ESPN couldn't wait. That's no different, no differently than a couple of years ago, Kirk Herbstreit coming out saying FSU didn't deserve to be in the college football playoffs and kept pointing to TCU. What they never talked about, they talked about TCU getting drugged by Georgia. They never talked about how TCU beat Michigan in the college football playoffs to even be able to play for the national championship game. They never talked about it. This is the same damn thing. And it's so hurtful when we sign off on it. Ryan, I would have preferred you not say a thing. I would have preferred you not to even say it. If you don't agree with it, don't say it. I know you got a family. But this is the other part of it. We work for them. We don't control the media. There is no black ESPN. Even though we got BET sitting right there and we got the Oprah Winfrey Network right there, there is no black sports news network where Ryan Clark could sit there and call it for what it was and ain't got to worry about being let go. Ain't got to feel pressure to, oh, let me mansplain it to people. Well, it ain't that he being treated unfairly. It's they're giving him the reps that they should give somebody who got drafted in the 5th round. So we don't know Shador got drafted in the 5th round. So we don't know how reps work. But just a few weeks ago, we was asking why he wasn't getting more reps with the first team. Now we don't even talk about he getting what he's supposed to be getting. At some point in time, you got to be able to call a spade for spade. And maybe this is why, even though I don't like her interview with Anthony Mackie, Jamel Hill ain't over there and everything like that. No, say it for what it is. He is being treated unfairly. We can sit up here and say he got drafted in the 5th round, but we all know he shouldn't have got drafted in the 5th round. And we all know he's a better quarterback than Dylan Gabriel. I don't give a damn what Dan Orlovsky say. I like Dan, but this is the dude who's got video footage of him running out the back of an end zone. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. See how that go? I ain't saying, I'm just saying. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Yeah, what say, my brother Darryl say, that's exactly what it means. Keep it a buck. 1,000. See, that's what I'm talking about. King Cam is in the building. What's going on, King Cam? Yep, the nines have come out. The other man's greatest agent in white supremacy is the bootlicking, backstabbing Negro. Hey, while I like their commentary, It's entertaining, right? It's entertaining. ESPN, Sports Center, right? First Take, it's entertaining. It's entertaining. But knowledge-wise, you watch the games. You watch the games. If you are still a fan, we know right now, while we don't know what we're getting from Aaron Rodgers, we know the quarterback after Mason Rudolph looks better than Mason Rudolph. Yeah, we know they're paying Mason Rudolph more money. We know that. But Will Howard is injured. We know that. And the dude that has been coming over there that came from Miami Dolphins, he's looked better than Mason Rudolph. Whether we saying he didn't win up against third defense, second offense, he's consistently looked better than Mason Rudolph. He seems to have a better command of the offense. Now, are they calling different plays for him and Mason? I don't know. Safe to say, Mason ain't doing what he's doing. Well, we saw the play calling. Kevin Stefanski switched it up. we saw that. So it's insulting to have, and I respect Louis Riddick for keeping it a buck, basically saying, and I think that's the person who's going to say as much what he can without saying it for what it is. Unfortunately, he got drafted in the 5th round. And that's how they're treating him. We all know what it was when we saw it. It's not a matter of what everybody else thought. No, everybody was like, no, that dude is going in the 1st round. So this other stuff and everything like that, this is when I go back and I say to you as a fan, not every sports franchise is concerned about winning. Making money and winning a championship are 2 different things. You want them. Us feel like we need them to win the championship. The owner just needs them to make money. One ain't got nothing to do with the other one. It don't. The owner just wants a profit. Please see Jerry Jones. You as the fan want the championship. You know why? Because you ain't got no money to show for it. But now ask yourself a question. If you was getting paid, it's 17 games in a season. If you were getting paid as a fan, if you were getting paid $100 a game just to be a fan, right? Would you really care if they win or lose? Yeah, you're going to get some extra money if they go to playoffs. You're going to get some extra money if they go to the championship. But do you really care if you know at the very least you got $1,700 coming your way? Win, lose, or draw, you got $1,700 coming your way. Are you pressed to win? See, that's the elitists I be talking about right there. Jerry got money. Jerry voted red. Well, Jerry not hurting. Jerry ain't got the vote blue, red, nothing. Jerry ain't got the damn vote. Jerry good. Let me see. Let's see here. This comes from the Kamoyo King. Should do out there doing community projects and everything to get to know the people in Cleveland. And these Jambazi are trying to cut his throat for approval from the Mzungu. Yeah. Mason is hot garbage. Steelers and the Saints both botched it badly. This season will prove it. Listen, all I'm sitting back here right now, I'm saying, I ain't saying nothing in regards to the Steelers. I ain't even tripping. I'm just gonna watch some football. I don't feel like my team is trying to win a Super Bowl, and that's how I feel about it. Somebody gonna have to show me better than they can tell me. That's how I feel about it. Where are we at though? We are at the 1 hour and 28 minute mark. Did I have something else that I wanted to talk about? No, I honestly didn't. I really didn't. I did get my updated. Shout out to Mr. Ray Smith. I did get my updated turret kit from Valorverse. If you have got the Vanguard, all you're doing is paying shipping and handling. They send it to your house. I got it in. I'm good. One more time for the Kamoyo King. Kamoyo King and gave me these. Something that I really need to be careful about because I'm having bronze Tiger moment flashbacks with Michael Jai White right now. Like, yeah, feeling that. I got my coffee. We can't wait to dive into this. Good French Market, New Orleans famous. We can't wait to dive off it. And bro, the hoodie. Thank you so much. The hoodie. I'm gonna get on up out of here. I'm gonna be doing me some photo shots here recently. Ever since I got my crossbones, that's y'all know I got solo, my mini me solo. Well, every good hero needs a villain, right? Every good hero needs a villain. Well, Solo's villains are Taskmaster and Crossbones. He don't like them. He got a bone to pick with them. He feel like they be running up on people from New York too much. Steve Rogers and I keep wanting to say James, but I'm actually talking about Sam Wilson. So yeah, I'm looking for some pictures to do with that and everything like that. That said, we are out. My brother D-Real has a show coming up. Grand Madam Tarot had a live today and everything like that. Y'all check that out. Next Tuesday, y'all get ready. Daryl and I will be coming your way with our sports show, name to be determined. Name to be determined. Daryl has the Big Ten. I got the SEC. Daryl has the AFC. I have the NFC plus the Steelers. We're going to make it do what it's going to do. It's going to be a great show. I think y'all are going to like it. I'm hoping y'all enjoy it. That said, until then, make sure y'all let me know what you like. Make sure you hit that comments. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share the video. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you would like for me to talk about. If there are comic book reviews that you would like for me to do, let me know, right? And we'll make it do what it's going to do. That said, until next time, in between time, meantime, Don Cornelius. Also, tomorrow, August 28th. Five years ago, right? 5 years ago. Tomorrow. Take your time out. Watch your movie. I know I will be. Let's pull up on our brother's live tomorrow. Daryl's live tomorrow. Let him know what movies we checked out tomorrow. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.